Dear America, I'm writing cause the vibe feels wrong. There's an agency out moving like it's running the lawn. Day knocks on the door at folks' tents in the street. Everybody whispering, is this how law should meet?
We were promised Constitution, promised limits on the mic.
But the rules keep getting twisted when the badges hit the lights.
So I'm sending you this letter cause the truth's been out of touch.
And the people won't stay silent when enough becomes enough. Hands up, heart strong, we remember we belong. Rights written in the pages, we've held them all along. We're the voice, we're the witness, we're the ones who stand tall. Dear America, we're rising, we're not letting you fall. Awareness is our armor, truth is our shield. We're the people united, and we're staying in the field.
Let's talk about the elephant that's stomping through the hall. How fear becomes a tactic when the system starts to fall. How the force says no entry without a judge's hand, but the knock is getting louder all across this land. How the fifth says stay silent, you don't owe them a word. How the first is keep recording, let your truth be heard. We ain't enemies, America, we're the ones who care. But we can't stay quiet when the people feel scared.
Hands up, heart strong, we remember we belong. Rights written in the pages, we've held them all along. We're the voice, we're the witness, we're the ones who stand tall. Dear America, we're rising, we're not letting you fall. Awareness is our armor, truth is our shield. We're the people united, and we're staying in the field.
This ain't left, this ain't right, this is human and real. It's the tension in the neighborhoods, the fear that we feel. It's the duty of protection, it's the promise of the law. It's the cracks in the system that we can't ignore at all. It's the right to be safe, it's the right to be heard. It's the right to be treated like your life still is worth. So I'm writing you this letter cause the people deserve a country that remembers who was meant to serve.
Fourth Amendment on the doorway, Fifth Amendment in my breath, First Amendment in my camera. 14 says we all deserve respect. Common law says no harm. Human rights say let us live. Dear America, we're asking for the justice you can give, yeah. Hands up, heart strong, we remember we belong. Rights written in the pages, we've held them all along. We're the voice, we're the witness, we're the ones who stand tall. Dear America, we're rising, we're not letting you fall. Awareness is our armor, truth is our shield. We're the people united, and we're staying in the field. Hands up, heart strong, we remember we belong. Rights written in the pages, we've held them all along. We're the voice, we're the witness, we're the ones who stand tall. Dear America, we're rising, we're not letting you fall. Awareness is our armor, truth is our shield. We're the people united, and we're staying in the field.
Watch out, here we come. Happy Monday. Thank you, Miss GLENDIA.
Yes.
For another amazing song. All right, she keeps it. Not that the other songs aren't good, because I jam them all the time. But it feels good to have something fresh all the time.
Yes.
I'm
Oh,
extremely
kinda
grateful.
punch you up.
I don't think many more. I don't think there's much. Not a whole lot of people have that option when it comes to the music side of their show. Like they either have the same musical intro and the same musical outro. It's okay. But I like change, constantly things evolving or changing and growing. And then if you go back and you hear some of the first songs and you see how
Like,
far we.
yeah.
So I like the songs like that.
Definitely.
Yeah, like Power to the People song. So as you can see on the screen, I'm surrounded by Mickey and Nadine again tonight, and I'm extremely grateful for them being here tonight. Especially, and I want to give a special shout out. I want to acknowledge my handler, Nadine.
Thank you.
Nadine's our handler. Mickey's keeps everybody in line here, so we really appreciate it. Yeah,
I'm the leader of the Slapaho tribe.
there you go.
I like that.
Somebody's got to do it, right?
Yeah, might as well be me.
So thank you for having me, and I'm cracking that whip.
There you go.
Crack that whip. Is that a line dance song? Where do I get
God,
that?
that was like a Madness or one of those groups. It sounds like, but it probably wasn't, but it sounds like it.
Crack
Oh.
that whip.
That sounds right. About right.
Oh, that's whip it. Whip it good. Never mind.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
there you go. All right.
Same, same.
Hey, I've got a whip. It's red. It's out in my car, just in case.
Oh, I ain't messing with you. I don't really have one.
It was given to me a long time ago. I just never knew what else to do with it, but I kept it in the car for just in case.
I don't know who gave you that, but they must have been.
You scaring me.
You're scared. Right. A redhead with a red whip.
Oh shit.
Yeah, oh
Right?
shit. I also have this. I don't remember who gave me this either, but it's somebody said it looks like something somebody would make in prison. It's like a fork, a plastic fork inside of duct tape wrapped around over, like it's a thumper, like it would really hurt, you know.
Yeah, it would.
No, nobody wants to touch it. They're like, I'm not getting my fingerprints on that.
I got nunchucks, but I have no idea how to use them.
You could probably use YouTube it. They probably have classes you can take on it.
I could teach you how to use them. Well, no, it takes a lot of practice. I can't. You probably knock yourself out.
Yep, I'll knock myself out.
Yeah, I used to play with nunchucks. Me and my buddy in high school, we would practice all the time, and it hurt. First weeks and months that you go through it, you can hit yourself. But after a while, once you get it down, it's.
That was
Anyways,
another gift I found in one of the boxes I dug through yesterday.
well, I mean, if you were trying to one up Nadine's whip, I don't know. Guys, would you
No,
prefer a whip or nunchucks?
I'm not trying to one up. She probably knows how to use her whip.
I don't know how to use it, but I'm sure it would come really fast if I need to use that. I could. I mean, I keep remembering this thing. I was at an office party when I was selling insurance, and we had a pinata, and I just remember I couldn't hit the pinata because somebody was holding it like from a string, and I just kept chasing the person, and people had to be like, Nadine, stop, her. Like I was gonna get that pinata. So, I'm good to have on your side. I'm really good to have on your side.
So I hope everybody had a great, outstanding weekend. I know we did. Today is January 19th, 2026. It's 119 or 9/11 reverse, one either way. Uh, a lot taking place, right? Kind of crazy. Dan Bongino's returning back to podcasting, so uh, watch out. Anyways.
Oh yeah, the truth is finally going to come out now.
Oh yeah, he's gonna hold the state accountables with the Dinesh D'Souza said.
Oh,
Did you see that? I think that's true. That's what they're saying.
mm-hmm.
He's returning back to the podcast to fight the deep state
Oh,
after he was just in a position to
To fight
the deep state.
Yeah.
it's like you can't
Make
even.
that
There's
make
nothing to even say about it. It's like you sit there with like, duh.
Make that
Quit
make sense.
popping away.
Yeah, look at this. Oh, you know what? Since you brought it up, Nadine, we'll go down. We'll cover this for a minute. It's really comical. I mean, all you can do is just laugh at this point. To keep from crying, I guess. I don't know. But
Exactly.
Exactly.
let me see if I can find it. All right. So here is. Let me put this on.
Owen Shore.
Let me add this to screen here.
He's supposed to make his big return. So it's the big buildup.
All right, here we go. My microphone came out. All right, so here is what we've all been waiting for. Dan Bongino returning back to podcasting.
It's the big buildup. But
So this is titled "Florida Police Show Up at a Woman's House in Florida for her social media post critical of another country that just so happened to be in Palestine." Right? True story.
there's nothing really being built.
So this is Owen Shore.
It's like a lot of moving parts shuffling around. It's kind of like when you have construction. Everybody sees this. You have construction on your highway and nobody's ever building anything. That's just a bunch of cones and trucks and people, whatever, and nothing gets built. That's kind of what's happening right now with the Bongino return. But some weirdness over the weekend. So first he makes this statement. And I'm sitting here reading this from Bongino. And again, I was a Bongino listener. I was a big Bongino fan. I don't come from a place of anti-Dan Bongino. We just call it as it is here, folks. So some weirdness this weekend from Bongino.
What's that?
He posts this. Of course, this is all.
Yeah, so we were talking about this morning. We were talking about the way the Nazis did it. They would always blame the other side of the aisle or party, right? Divide and conquer. So that's what the stance that you're seeing here with Dan Bongino. Anyone criticizing him in his mind, or maybe he wants you to believe that, is a liberal.
Mm-hmm.
Dear liberal media children, yes, daddy's home now. I know that terrifies you as you claw at your own faces and pile up your feckless attack pieces in anticipation of my show launch. But endlessly emailing me for comments about your personal and administrative hit pieces is a waste of time. I have less than zero interest in contributing to your fairy tales. So to save us both time, I'll issue a universal response to your inquiries in my kindest and most courteous Queens, New York voice. I'll ask you that you respectfully go fuck yourself and save the energy it takes to thumb out an email to me. Thanks. Have an amazing weekend. Dan, I didn't do shit. Bongino.
After his departure from the FBI, he posts this over the weekend. He said,
and he lied to us and told us Epstein was dead, right? And he reviewed the footage. He's seen the pictures. He's seen it. You've got to. He's seen it. Okay, just believe him, right? But then when you go ask someone that actually prepares dead bodies to look at the photos, they don't see a dead person in the pictures. So let's continue.
As dear liberal media children, yes, daddy's home now. Okay.
Daddy's home. It's daddy's home. Shabbat shalom.
Daddy's home now. It's a little strange, but he says, I know that terrifies you as you claw at your own faces and pile up your feckless attack pieces in anticipation of my show launch. I can assure you there is zero anticipation on the left of his show launch, and there's barely any anticipation on the right for his show launch. And that's not just me saying that. We'll show you the evidence. But, okay, so he's daddy, and he thinks the liberals are anticipating his show and freaking out. Endlessly emailing me for comments about your personal hit pieces. Says it's all a waste of time. He has less than zero interest in contributing to their fairy tales. He says, I'll save us both time. I'll issue a universal response to your inquiries in my kindness and most courteous Queens, New York voice, and I'll ask you to respectfully go F yourselves and save the energy it takes you to thumb out an email to me. Thanks and have an amazing weekend. Okay, so Bond, this is more crashing out to me. He says, "F yourselves, Daddy's home." What is going on? But again, let's measure all of this. Okay, let's just put aside the crash out, the anticipation, the liberals, whatever. He says the left is terrified that he's returning to his radio show. Huh? Somebody explain this to me. How would the left be more freaked out over Dan Bongino's show than they would be him at the FBI? If you had, let's say, an enemy out there in the political world, would you be more concerned if they had a talk show or if they actually had institutional power of the FBI? Which would concern you more? Which would scare you more? So to me, this is all cope. This is all cope. And Bongino knows that in some way, shape, or form, he has hurt his reputation. He knows, obviously, that going back to his podcast takes away the institutional power that he had at the FBI. So he's coping by pretending like, oh, this is the big move. Now I'm back. Now I have power. Now you can really be scared.
I'm back at my podcast, The Bongino Show.
Yeah, if I thought it was really him, I would say he's on the floor with fentanyl.
Like, dude.
But what are we saying here? Are we
going to
saying
talk
that
about what you didn't do? Well, I'm really interested in the first show myself. I'd love to see the first, second. I'd love to hear his explanation as to what the fuck happened.
Because, I mean, this would be the interpretation at face value.
But then again, I already know, so I don't really need his explanation, but I would love to hear how he spends it. I guess I should say it like that.
That you have no power at the FBI? That the FBI has no power at all?
Yeah.
And you're more powerful on your talk show?
Yep, he's more powerful at his podcast than he is being the head of the FBI.
Now, in some circumstances, in all fairness, in some circumstances, I can even understand that logic. I can even understand that philosophy in certain circumstances. These are not the circumstances. These are the exact opposite circumstances when I don't know what your podcast offers. I don't know what threat your podcast poses to anybody, except maybe yourself. So no, nobody's freaking out. You just, if we're talking about institutional power and influence and status, Bongino just took a massive step down. In fact, he left.
Yeah, he was like the fucking quarterback. Now he's sitting on the bench. Okay. He was the senator. Now he's a mayor of a small town. Right. He had the opportunity. Now he's just.
And his first guest will be Taylor Swift.
He's in an entirely different arena, really. He left the real arena and he went back to this arena.
Yeah. He went from heavyweight champ to freaking water boy.
So I don't know.
He went from being in the boxing ring to working outside of it now, just being a spectator in the audience, like the rest of us watching the damn fight.
Anybody that's freaking out about this,
I'm sure he'll get a big medal of freedom and all kinds of shit for doing what Daddy told him to do. Shabbat Shalom, Daddy's home.
Except maybe himself.
Notice he still uses that same terminology. So Daddy and Poppy, those are all handler names. That's what you call your handler. That's why prostitutes, they call their the pimp's daddy. Hey, Dad.
Seems to be the only one freaking out. I don't see any lefties freaking out. I don't see any liberals freaking out. If anything, they're breathing a sigh of relief because you're no longer at the FBI. So that's weird. But he says the liberal media children. So Dinesh D'Souza, Dinesh.
Yeah, Dinesh.
He's got Dan's back.
Oh, does he?
He says, Dan comes out swinging, and it's good to have him back in the fight. Back in the fight?
So was he out of the fight when he was in the FBI?
He just left the FBI. Guys, what is going on here?
I don't
I'd
know,
love to
man.
just
Hey, I don't know. Can anybody tell us what's going on here? Because we want to know. Inquiring minds would like to know. What the hell are we watching?
summarize this as the boomer crash out, but I don't think it's that simple. That might be kind of the general overtone of all of this is the boomer crash out, because they've been so used to imposing their will over the right, imposing their will over us, imposing their will over the media. But now that the younger generations have come of age, now that social media and the internet is starting to take precedent over television media, this is kind of just the overall boomer crash out. They can't impose their will. They can't dictate the narrative. They can't control how younger right-wingers think anymore.
Yeah. So just wanted to show that right at the beginning, couple minutes here. I'm going to go through. If you want to watch the rest, I will share this out.
I shared the link in
Okay,
the
you shared
chat.
it in the chats.
It's the YouTube, but it's Owen Schroyer.
Yeah, I don't agree with everything he says, Owen says, and some of the investments that Owen's made, like in, well, he's kind of smart because he's investing in things that Don Jr.'s investing in. So if Don Jr.'s investing in it, don't you think they have a heads up on what's coming up? So you might want to go look at Don Jr. and Eric Trump's investments in that whole family, so you'll know where this is headed. And maybe it's too late. I don't know, but you can invest in all this surveillance technology with the Trumps if you like. Probably make a lot of money.
Invest on the technology that's spying on us.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. Yeah.
That's kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of
A little crazy. It's like investing in the gas that they put in the freaking
right. That they're going to gas you with.
Yeah. Oh, wait, I want to invest in.
Oh, thank you.
I'd like to make an investment in Agent Orange. Yeah, I hear we're going to be pretty good. Oh, they're going to be using it in the military. Oh, okay, great, even better. Yeah. Get me on that. So in February 1969, U.S. soldiers sprayed weed killer, quote unquote, onto riverbanks without protective equipment. So the herbicide most commonly used was herbicide orange, manufactured for DoD primarily by Monsanto. Yeah, I want to invest in Monsanto and Dow Chemical. Yeah, I'd like to invest. Yeah, sprayed it. So they sprayed at up to 50 times the normal concentration for agriculture use. I mean, these guys were like,
they didn't know what they were
holy
doing.
shit. So it's estimated that roughly 300,000 plus Vietnam vets have died from Agent Orange exposure. I know a few of them. Almost 5 times as many who died in combat during the war. Now look at what they did. Like, get this on your clothes. No shirt on. I mean, come on, dude. No shirt on? Look at this. This is what they've done in the past. That's why nothing grows here. All right, this is what these farmers are using, but not as a high of a concentrate. They want to destroy their vegetation so they couldn't grow crops anymore.
That's what it sounded like.
So they're trying to like kill. This is like the equivalent of killing all the buffaloes.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is what our military is doing, going overseas and then spraying all some people's water along the river. Yeah, he's not a firefighter here. There's no fire.
No.
He's not really caring for the lawn either because there's water everywhere, so he's not watering the lawn either. They're polluting that whole area right there and that water. So for decades,
them sick themselves.
Yeah, they got sick, and then also the local people got sick. If they did, so the people, Dow Chemical don't give a shit about either side. Neither does Monsanto. Yeah, that's not an AR-15. That's not an M60. So we get these war stories, right? Instead of the truth, they don't want to come home and tell you, "Yeah, I just sprayed weed killer everywhere on my tour." yourself with Agent Orange.
Unknowingly, that they probably didn't even know what they were spraying. Maybe they're just told to, right?
Or they didn't know the long-term effects of being exposure of these chemicals.
That's horrible.
But even like just a couple of years ago, I had a Vietnam vet had Agent Orange just pass away, 2026. So I mean, he still lived a pretty long, successful life, but he was pretty sick most of the time. He always had to go to the VA.
Yeah, a lot of people got on that Agent Orange.
Some of them, he was fighting.
Chat soon.
Yeah.
Somebody's annoying that. Yeah, it's terrible.
He was fighting to get paid, and he didn't get paid till right before he passed away. Like just a few years before he passed away. Like think about that, 30, 40 years of trying to get like some kind of assist, financial remedy, right? But they got money to send everywhere else, but they don't take care of these veterans. That's the thing, guys. All right, you need to think about this shit before you send your kids off to be useful for these people right here. I mean, it's
disheartening for. They still haven't got any.
They should have got remedies in the 80s.
They're still trying to fight for benefits and all that because of all that stuff.
Yeah, see, it took decades, but the 3 hours in Vietnam caught up to my younger brother in the form of lung cancer. Yeah. So rest in peace, Fred Ma. Thank you for your service. Staff Sergeant, U.S. Army, Vietnam, January 11, 1946. He was born. He passed away March 4, 2020. Somebody shared that with this article. And it's sad. It's sad. Fixing the sky. What the heck that name? So our generation burned shit with JPS. JP Group. They burnt poop in a. I've seen them doing that. All right. So people are sharing their photos of their loved ones here. There's another one.
There's a lot of people.
It finally got to my father. Agent Orange slowly destroyed his lungs. It's Mr. Lewis Rich right here, Oceans Earth Space. And we send all this money overseas and to other things, and we don't take care of these people when they come home. I mean, we're not honest and up front with their exposure, so therefore they can't get the treatments that they need, or maybe even the help.
Yeah, a lot of them have lung cancer. Yep.
So three different types of cancer in 3 years. Got my dad at 62. It was all tied to Agent Orange, as if dealing with decades of PTSD and actually being wounded in combat wasn't enough for him to deal with. He was a Purple Heart vet. Been 15 years. He still gets mad as hell about it. Pisses him off. I get mad as hell about them vaccines that they gave us when we were in Iraq, Afghanistan.
Sherry Bodell said John F. Hinkle, Sergeant First Class, 20-year veteran, was murdered from this. Yeah, sorry.
This guy said, when I left Vietnam, I was 22 years old. I had lost 20 pounds I didn't have to lose. Skin and bones. I was diagnosed with high blood pressure that never went away. Neuropathy in the legs, and God knows what else. These men did this for their countries, so their country can become a third world shithole. Right? That's why Agent Orange, which can contain dioxin, was one of a group of herbicides called the rainbow chemicals, including pink, blue, purple, and green, blue, arsenic-based herbicide to spray rice paddy fields, paddies being probably the most toxic. So the insecticides were also sprayed for mosquitoes. That's why when you see the helicopter spraying around the lakes and shit, yeah, well, let's get in the water. Why do they care so much about the mosquitoes? They put them there.
Isn't that what they told them? That's what they were doing it for, was to get rid of mosquitoes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Who's the mosquitoes?
So in the
Operation.
city, in the city, when they spray for mosquitoes, what are they spraying?
Right. They used to do that all when I
Yeah,
was
they said
younger. They
when I
used to
was
go through the neighborhood.
with it,
You
with
could
the
hear
sprayer.
it. Yeah.
Me.
It's like all foggy.
Yeah, all the way down the street, and you run out there to smell it.
What
What
were
is
they
that?
spraying? So I mean, we still have
Our dumb,
mosquitoes.
our dumb butts used to follow behind it. We
Oh
didn't
my God.
know.
Exactly.
And they don't tell you either. That's what's even more messed up. They didn't notify anybody in the neighborhood.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
great!
just like
Nobody wants to get.
just for
We all had
mosquitoes.
off.
Right.
Right. They took my dad via pancreatic cancer. Agent Orange sucks. Johnson Rockwell, petty officer, second class, United States Navy, Vietnam, 1945 to 2019. See, always in our hearts. So it seems to be about the time where a lot of them are passing on quietly. It seems like MPs and perimeter duty personnel were among those likely to have had higher potential exposure, as their assignments regularly placed them at or near base perimeters where herbicides were sprayed to clear vegetation and deny cover of the enemy. So they were killing off the vegetation so they can see the enemies coming from around the base. They were in the middle of in the middle of it, the spraying. Right? Think about that. Spray all around the outside of it. Yeah, what the hell? Oh man, these people. So my friend was exposed and died of early onset Alzheimer's in his 50s. Um, so it's a long and horrible death, they said. They would cover themselves in it to keep cool too. A dear friend, a pilot, sprayed AO in Vietnam and in the Viet country. Praise be to God, his lung tumor in 2007 attributed to AO was Agent Orange was removed. Bad crap. All right, my grandpa suffers with this. The cancers from exposure, I think it's affected my grandma too. Maybe from his clothes. Yeah, it's from the clothes. So if someone in your family is outside spraying clothes, even if you're not out there with them, if you're washing their clothes, you get exposed to it. It's definitely got passed genetically down from what I've read, but that's not accepted yet, and probably will never be. Yeah, my neighbor, she went and did a blood test, and they found all that stuff in her blood, and then she got like, I don't know, a few $100,000 or something for it. I mean, it doesn't replace your health or your life, but you know. Uh, this lady said right here, it's on my dad's death certificate. There's a great. So that's Agent Orange. Wars or genocide on purpose. Changed my mind. Think about it. They fund both sides of the wars. You think they care who wins or who lives or dies?
There's a bunch of people in our chat. They died flat earthers. So they died of lung cancer on July 4th. Yeah, there's a lot of people that have family, right?
My father-in-law. This is from the Real Sons of Liberty. My father-in-law has stage 4 cancer from Agent Orange. He's not expected to live past this year.
Patriot Nana, my brother died of Agent Orange. Top with the facts in 2023.
Here's a pro tip. You can still buy Agent Orange today at your local hardware store. The name is now 2-4 Delta 4D. 2-4D. It wasn't the herbicides as much, but it was one of the herbicides used. The 2,4,5-T was contaminated with highly toxic dioxins, inadvertently produced when the production process was speeded up to meet the wartime needs. The oddest part to me is that the Agent Orange was originally developed to increase the speed of growth in plants.
Really?
So now we spray it in our crops. It's in our food. It's in our wastewater, or in our water, and it's in our air. It's sad. This is what it looked like. Also, I wonder if they did it airily. You think with? I've seen helicopters with spray nozzles on them as well, but that's just doesn't make sense why you're out there spraying that so you can see the enemy. And you got
They said it was an herbicide.
yeah. I don't know if you can see that on there. Oh, this is kind of like this. This is the same thing here.
It says it's linked to cancers like soft tissue, Hodgkin's and non-Hodgkin lymphoma, chronic B-cell leukemia, prostate cancer, respiratory cancer, type 2 diabetes, ischemic heart disease, hypertension, Parkinson's disease,
Parkinson's.
Peripheral neuropathy, AL amyloidosis, skin damage, liver and immune system damage, long-lasting skin conditions. Also, children exposed to it had spina bifida and other congenital disabilities. U.S. Veterans, the Department of Veterans Affairs recognized many of these conditions as presumptive disease. That's what they call it.
Presumptive.
Presumptive. Now they can receive benefits without any intent to connect to individual. Well, most of them are gone now. That's the sad part.
All right. Well, what was out? I don't know what I got all this up for. Must have been this morning. Some research. All right, so yeah, so think about all the effects that even these vaccines have on veterans and active duty members after they come home and 10, 15, 20 years down the line, something creeps up on them and it's all military related and they can't put two and two together because it's a slow deal, right? It just slowly creeps up on you years later. Think about that. Also, they put us in those little, I don't ever understood this. They put us in gas chambers in boot camp, right? For what? Why do we have to go in gas chambers with gas mask on and then remove our gas and then inhale with the tablets? Just in case there's a chemical attack or something like that. Maybe that was the chemical attack. What are we breathing in?
It says it's called TCDD, which was a 50-50 mixture of two herbicides. I can't even say this is so long. But anyways, it said it wasn't intentionally added. It was an industrial byproduct created when the herbicide was produced at high temperatures.
Oh, produced at high temperatures?
It also causes DNA damage.
Damn.
It said it destroyed forests by causing leaves to drop and plants to die rapidly. Contaminated soil and water with long-lasting dioxin. Reduced biodiversity in sprayed regions caused long-term ecological collapse in mangrove forests. Yeah, so it did some major damage, not only on the people, but in nature. Some areas in Vietnam are still contaminated with it.
Oh yeah,
Dang.
for decades. Yeah, here's the gas chamber. I don't know if it's going to show you. Yeah, this is what they put us in right here. Little gas chambers right here in boot camp. Let me show y'all something real quick.
This is the moment right before these Navy recruits experience the full effects of tear gas.
Tear gas. Well, what's in that tear gas? Those tablets they
Look
stick
at
on.
that.
They stick this on a.
And we
See
don't
that?
own
The
rights to
heat.
these videos. This is for
Yeah, it's
educational
educational purposes only.
YouTube.
Yeah, so you can see the hot tray. Didn't you just talk about heat?
Yeah.
So they take
There's
it.
a byproduct from.
They pour it on the heat. Look at that. See, it
Yeah,
makes a
right.
gas.
Exactly.
Now what we do is we stand there with our mask on. We can't smell nothing. Everything's fine. So here's another thing. If they call COVID a biological attack, right? This was what you should have wore if that was the case, not a paper mask. You would have died.
But why did they use that on people if they're wearing gas masks? Doesn't that tell you something?
Yeah.
Exactly. What could that do to somebody without that mask?
Mask up, come on, let's go. Start choking. All of it. See the guys in the back? They're waiting their turn. They do the first row of people and they go through all this shit and you're standing in the back going, fuck. You're like, damn. I'm like 3 rows back. I get to see everybody choke.
It's definitely a shock because when you're in there, you have your mask on and you can't feel anything. But as soon as you take it off, then it all just hits you at once.
Experiencing CS gas, more commonly known as tear gas, is a standard exercise that happens 4 weeks into the.
It's like kind of there was a whole
torture.
I never understood why we had to do this.
Like they're like guinea pigs.
Their 10-week boot camp.
And what happens is we go to medical. We don't realize, but they march us. So we leave here. We may go back to the dorm, right to the ship. They call it a ship, but it's a building. But throughout the week, we have a schedule. Like we go to class, a lot of PT, marching, drill, class, medical, a lot of medical trips. And what if the whole time we're in there, they're just, because we're in there for 3 months, 4 months, but and then they line us up like cattle when we go to medical, 80 of us.
To teach recruits about the effects of the gas and how to properly use a gas mask. It happens here at Recruit Training Command Great Lakes, inside the confidence chamber.
You hear that? This is the confidence chamber. Don't you like that?
Insider visited Navy RTC
Look,
in
he's
May,
ready to roll.
and for the first time ever, our crew was allowed to film inside any branch or agency's tear gas chamber and experience the effects of CS gas for ourselves.
This is called the confidence chamber. Okay, I don't call it the gas chamber. I don't call
you don't want to call it the gas chamber, huh? That's funny.
Was that the gas chamber?
That's funny. So that really raises another alarm. Why are you trying to change the name of it? That's the gas chamber, dude.
Think of like Hitler and.
You put us in a gas chamber. Now you want to call it the confidence chamber. So let me guess. I go in there, take my mask off, and as soon as I smell that CS gas, my confidence is going to fly through the roof. Or is it the confidence in my gas mask is what this is about? I mean, come on.
Torture chamber. It's none of that stuff. It is the confidence chamber. Reason being is we're teaching you how to wear M50 gas masks. Reason you go through this is so we can prove to you that the mask works.
Oh, I know the damn mask works. I don't need to go through sit in a gas chamber to figure it out.
Well, why does taking it off make you believe what? That doesn't even make sense. So taking it off
It
gives you confidence in the mask.
to let you know it
have
worked.
on?
That if you didn't have it on, then your nose would be running and you'd be choking everywhere.
Okay, so let's show you and
How about you just show us a video of it, you doing it like one time for all recruits for the rest of history?
Right, why do you have to go through that? That's terrible.
Make sense?
Yes, Chief.
Recruits spend more than 2 hours in the classroom learning how to properly don their gas masks before stepping
Hey,
foot.
guess what? Here's another thing. We get this training as soon as we get to the ship, guys. We didn't need to do it at boot camp or the gas chamber. Gas chamber's only done at boot camp. All right, so but when you get to your command, they give you a mask, you know, and you keep that on you for general quarters and stuff like that. They're going to give you firefighting stuff as well to don, the gloves, the hoodie. So every sailor is trained to fight fire on a ship. Why is that? Because no name McCain, John McCain, on the forestall, you remember when his dumbass said everything blew up and all those sailors died? Well, because of that and how they handled the situation, they were pouring water on the stuff instead of the foam. And they were pouring the foam, they were pouring water, they were mixing it. None of the people were trained. So now everybody on the ship has to be trained firefighter. Everybody. It doesn't matter what job you have or what, because you never know. If some people are, the firefighters are knocked out, and then other people will have to be trained. So
But in the confidence chamber,
just wanted to show you that in the confidence chamber, a little gas mask, a little fun. See, look at that. Put that on there, baby.
over a hot plate, which burns the powder inside and fills the room with gas.
Confidence chamber.
Mask up, come up. Mask up, come on, let's go. Get your mask up.
He's rethinking his whole life decisions right there at this point.
What am I
Oh
doing
my
here?
God. I can't wait to write my mama and tell her what the hell they just did to us today. Holy shit. Is this what we're getting into? Is this what, are we always going to have to deal with this in the rest of our careers? Is this like, could this happen?
They feel the effects of the CS gas within seconds, and every recruit handles it differently.
It pretty much instantly hits you. It feels like an eternity, I guess, in a sense, but not really. It's right away.
Get that mask up. Get that stuff up.
As soon as you take off that mask, you get that big waft of the CS gas. So it's a little bit spicy. You start feeling a little tingle in your nose, feeling a tingle in your eyes, start your breathing complications. That's why we tell them to breathe normal.
Yeah.
Don't blink your eyes as much as possible.
It'll be
Don't
fun,
take
they
a deep
said.
breath.
Your nose will be running, your throat will get itchy, your eyes will burn a lot, hurts, burns a lot.
Take deep
They're
breaths.
instructed
Inhale.
to cup their hands under their
Get in your
chins
lungs.
to prevent bodily fluids from leaking onto the floor.
I was looking forward to that challenge. Like, can I take it? Is it that bad? So when it finally came up
So
to it,
you know your mask works. Keep that in mind. And this is to build your confidence.
it was kind of just like my mom cooking in the kitchen, you know, all the seasonings and stuff, just sweating it out.
Oh, this ain't nothing to do with no thing.
Recruits must say their names and division number, followed by a hoo-yah, before they're able to leave.
Division 1, 2, 3, who y'all?
Right. Put your mask down. Keep your cup up,
After about 15 seconds of exposure to the gas,
15
they're
seconds.
allowed to exit the chamber.
Keep it moving. Keep it moving.
They like paddle, huh?
Just keep blinking. Just keep blinking.
This is so you know your mask works.
Just keep blinking.
I'm good. Gotta do this. Yeah, totally.
Once outside, the effects of the gas wear off within a few minutes.
Yeah, this makes you tough. Look at that snot hanging out his nose. Get semen paste back here laughing his ass off.
It was exciting. I'm not going to lie. I was actually excited to do it. Some of us had some more
Stop the propaganda, please.
excess.
Yeah, you can see the excitement on their faces. This is like the most exciting thing they've ever done in their lives.
coming out than others of our nose and mouths, but I don't think it was too bad.
It wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I was bracing for completely incapacitated, not able to see anything. It definitely wasn't fun. Definitely wouldn't, sign up to do it again, but it was bearable.
Don't worry, you don't have to do it again. That's the first. That's the first and only time you'll ever have to do that, for some reason. But it's good training, military training there. All right. So each camp is different. The Marines do it. Army does it. You can only imagine how they do it in the Marines, right? Oh, look, basic training, gas chamber. Wow, I wonder why they don't have it labeled the confidence chamber over here in the Army. United States Air Force gas chamber. Wow, another gas chamber. It's not the confidence chamber, is it? All right, so there's that with the CS gas. You can look into the chemicals and stuff like that. ICE and all them, they use the CS gas. Every time they're out there spraying those people protesting, that's what they're hitting them with. And if you look at the chemicals, Israel has these and they issue these out to all law enforcement. You need to look at the chemicals that are spraying on you when you're out there protesting in these gases and what's in them. All right, because you may need a gas mask like you're in the middle, like they have. If you go, you need to have a gas mask. Right now, it may just burn, or your eyes may water, and your nose may run, but later it may be like cancer. Years from now. All right. So everybody's going to be monitored 24/7.
A 24/7 social media surveillance program, and you need to know about it. Come on, let's sit down. I know I was done for tonight, but then, yeah. Okay, so let's get into it. So the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE as we know it, is definitely something I want to be talking about because we're focused on a lot of things that is currently happening, like the government shutdown. Headlines are focused on that and the latest drama out of Washington, D.C. with this circus that everyone is currently watching. But I need you all to pay attention to something else that is far more concerning and that is quietly slipping under the radar. And we all need to know about it. It is about your social media. Come on, sit down. You might want to go in ahead and get you something to drink. That's what I'm getting ready to do.
Go ahead and have a seat. Pour you something strong.
Cheers. Let's get started. So, the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, is building a 24/7 team to scour TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, and other social media platforms that we're all familiar with around the clock using advanced tracking tools, commercial data, and private contractors. Now, according to federal procurement records and reports reviewed by Reuters and The Intercept, this new unit will run out of ICE's intelligence centers in Vermont and California, with teams of private analysts assigned to monitor public activity online, including videos, comments, and live streams in real time.
So I guess we're all immigrants now, is the moral of the story. I don't know if y'all realize that yet, but we're the immigrants they're talking about. So they were supposed to be deporting people, not surveilling people online. I think you would actually be more successful at deporting people had you not been worried about what people say up online. Correct? Right? I think MAGA voted for Trump to do mass deportations. That's not happening. Right? It's turned more into Palantir surveillance police state on all of us.
ICE is preparing a 24/7 social media surveillance program, and you need to know about it.
Yeah,
come on.
That it?
They've been doing it, haven't they?
Yeah.
So what the?
But how is ICE surveilling our social media when they don't have that authority to survey?
It's weird.
Aren't they just immigration? They just make sure their immigration You know, they're supposed to go.
They're
but they haven't-
cosplaying as ice, but really they're
right, but they're just supposed to
Palantir.
follow up on like if their things have expired or whatever. But that don't even make sense.
Damn, everybody's monitoring like social media. I guess that's
They're
where.
not law enforcement.
No.
You'd
They have
think they'd
to-
be too busy climbing fences to monitor
Right.
our social media.
Wait till they find out, like, oh shit, they stole like thousands and thousands of dollars from my house too. I mean, if they got
Right.
skills to jump over fences instead, they'll steal stuff too.
I'd accuse them.
Yep. So that they're going to be surveilling everyone's TikTok. Oh, that's right. You got to remember who bought TikTok and where ICE comes from.
Tel Aviv.
Tel Aviv. This is all foreign agents.
ICE is a branch of Homeland Security,
Mhm.
right? So, and Homeland Security is based in Tel Aviv.
And when was ICE created?
After 9/11.
2003.
Right. 2002.
Who was the president? Remember the Patriot Act? That's what created the
Obama.
Department of Homeland Security. So why are we so on board with Bush and Obama's era type shit? I thought y'all were done with that.
Exactly.
Y'all are pushing the. Y'all didn't know y'all were Obama supporters like, or Bush.
Wasn't Dan Bongino? Wasn't he one of the founders of Rumble too?
Oh, that was some other social media page called
didn't
started
last
with a P, right?
Oh, okay.
It was what was that? I can't remember.
Yeah. So it's weird. I mean, I thought we were voting for Trump to like take down the deep state, but is this that's not the case here. Why is it taking down the deep state? Because if you take down the deep state, there's shadow government. You got to take down the whole damn corporation. It's got to be dissolved.
They probably want to see who's gonna fall for it and stop posting and stuff. Like you said, that one guy took all of his stuff down from TikTok, right?
Yeah, he took
There's
all of his stuff
people-
down off of TikTok.
Yeah, there's going to be people that cut and run. They're going to be like, chop change it.
Yeah, they're going to cut and run.
Yeah, and other people are going to be like, no, I can't stop. It's like, this is what, Parlor. Yeah, that's a Dan Bongino. Thank you, Sherry.
Oh, it was Parlor.
Yeah.
Parlor.
It didn't last though.
No.
This is to America what ISIS is to Syria. This is American ISIS. Okay, this is the boots on the ground that works with these people, and we're all caught in between. Okay, so
This
listen
is
to
from Bruno Blockchain.
Dr. Epps from Harvard.
AI on society, and here are my goals for 2026, which I am dubbing the surveillance resistance analog year. Coming up first, I'm going to complete my full transition away from Google. In 2025, I got off of Google Maps, Chrome, and Google Search.
Dr. Epps is her name. This is what you need to do. You need to go to Farcaster. Farcaster is the Ethereum blockchain-based Twitter. You need to get off all these apps, okay? We can't use them for anything. We're kidding ourselves that we're really allowed to communicate with each other on here, okay? And all of this is coalesced and condensed, and $260 billion are going behind these people to enforce it at the street level. What happened in Minneapolis was an act of terrorism, okay? So it was like a big mob enforcement action. Guy comes to the window, the other guy goes around behind her so she can't see, steps in front, she takes her foot off the brake, and he pulls the trigger. 3,000 of these guys are being sent to Minneapolis. 3,000. There's 5 million people in Minnesota, and they're sending 3,000 ISIS. There's only about 4,000 state police in the state of Pennsylvania and has 3 or 4 times as many people. It's an occupation force. Okay, this is where we are. You need to go to
Occupation
Farcaster.
force.
You need to get an account there. You need to start understanding what social tokens are. You need to understand that Ethereum and Vitalik Buterin have been talking about how technology is going to be used against us It's going to be using to take away our agency, our ability to work with each other. I put up an essay on my Substack where he describes big government, big business, and big mob. That's how America's being run, is by a big mob. So this is what we talk about on Substack. Okay. Dr. Epps, you need to take she's an AI researcher. Okay. So we're at this point. The battlefield is the tech. Okay. And you need to decide where you're going to go with it. It has nothing to do with your political leans. It has nothing to do with whether you're left, right, lesbian, LGBTQ, or you want less government. It's all over, people. That's the Mickey Mouse blue versus red thing that they've made up for us. There's no fucking blue to red to these people. This is real bad, people. I'm the guy that explained to you that the $260 billion has nothing to do with immigration. This is our Cheka. These are Bolsheviks that are now operating in the United States. Alex Karp, the CEO of Palantir, was trained by the Frankfurt School, by the Bolsheviks, the new Bolsheviks, not the 20th century ones, but the neo-Bolsheviks. I published that on Substack one Sunday, and the next morning there was an editorial in the Financial Times that referred to the Trump administration as the neo-Marxists. It's real bad, people. You need to get off these tech systems, Google, Microsoft, Oracle, TikTok, etc. Okay? We need to go to decentralized systems. Again, I don't care what you're leaning. Tucker Carlson is fake.
Yeah, he said it doesn't matter if you're gay, straight, Democrat, Republican, whatever you identify as. This is going to affect everybody.
Yeah.
That's why they took over TikTok. That's why right now they're not paying the TikTokers that were getting paid pretty good
And
money
they're making hardly nothing.
and now they went from making however much it was a month to making $20 to $30 a month.
Yeah.
And they get millions of views.
She was making almost $3,000 a month.
$3,000 a
But
month
she went
for
down
making.
to $20-something.
She went down to from $3,000 a month on TikTok is what she was making. She said she was making nearly 1 million views, so that's a lot of views. And if you get like 1 million views or something like that, I think it's like $1,000. But they said that now they're only getting $20 to $30. So the people are leaving TikTok. This is ever since Oracle bought TikTok. So decentralizing, coming off those platforms, realizing that those platforms have been captured.
Yeah, and I remember Mike saying something about we would go to alternative platforms that would be decentralized. I don't know about this platform. I have to look into it. But it's funny that he brought that up because that's exactly what Mike was talking about.
So the internet as you know it today is going to change. All this communication we've been doing and able to reach people, they're going to stop that.
Unless we go to alternative.
You're going to have to go to alternative different things because they're going to start hammering down. People are going to leave the platforms. And then all you're going to see on there is TikTok. I mean, AI videos of like dogs and shit and cats and whatever the hell AI video can come up with. That's going to be TikTok. It's this they're flooded the market with just AI videos. I think that's what's
right where you want to be able to tell what's real or what's not.
Just entertainment AI too.
So it's a natural kind of merge over to something else without telling everybody.
Right. You're just going to get shit like this.
Check that out. That platform out.
You're going to
I
get.
don't know. It's called Bruno Blockchain Ethereum. So.
This is all going to be on TikTok. This is what's all you're going to. When you scroll. That's what you'll be seeing on TikTok, right?
Right.
Here's your man, Nadine.
Yeah, Mickey. Yeah.
Oh, she likes that. Let me go back to this.
Owens is fake. Jordan Peterson and his weird sport coats are fake. Nick Fuentes and his stupid fucking flannel shirts are fake. These people are all fake. Okay? They all are working together in one system. Now, who would think that a 19-year-old Canadian, Russian blockchain thinker, founder, would be the one that said, we are in danger of being run by big government, big tech, big business, and big mob all operating together. That's the origin of Ethereum. Okay? So this is really about Ethereum was really, believe it or not, Ethereum was really built to prevent this and this. Okay, this is to America what ISIS is to Syria. This is America.
Y'all there?
Sorry, I was muted. I was talking. All right. So if Trump doesn't get Greenland, he's going to raise the tariffs. He may put a tariff on countries if they don't go along with Greenland.
And what are tariffs? They're taxes.
These are taxes
So guess who?
for the people that don't understand. We have to
We
pay the tax. All right. So if they don't go along with it, he's going to have, we get to pay the price for that shit.
Let me read what NATO is and what he's talking about getting Greenland and
Yeah.
getting out of NATO. NATO is the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. It's a military and political alliance formed in 1949. Its core purpose is to collective defense. If one member is attacked, all members consider it an attack on themselves. This is written in Article 5 of NATO Treaty. NATO currently has 32 member countries, including the U.S., Canada, and most of Europe. It was created after World War II to deter the Soviet Union and maintain stability in Europe. Today, it focuses heavily on deterring Russian aggression and coordinated defense strategies among allies. Okay, why is Trump talking about leaving or weakening NATO's base? He believes NATO allies do not pay enough for their own defense. Trump has long argued that European members rely too heavily on the U.S. military spending and should contribute more. This is a consistent theme of his public statements on policy positions. Recent disputes over Greenland, Trump escalates tensions by insisting the U.S. should take control of Greenland, which is part of the Kingdom of Denmark, a NATO ally. He suggests he might leave NATO if Denmark refuses to negotiate over Greenland. European officials warned that trying to seize Greenland, especially by force, could effectively end the alliance. Okay, so if the U.S. tries to leave NATO, it must send a formal notice withdrawal, becomes effective after 1 year. A constitutional fight at home would almost be guaranteed. The geopolitical consequences would be massive. So the treaty mechanism, Article 13, NATO's founding treaty, includes a formal exit clause. According to Article 13, any member can leave by sending a notice of denunciation to the U.S. government, the treaty's official depository. The U.S. then circulates that notice to all the NATO members, and then after 1 year waiting period, then they can withdraw, and that will become official. The process is confirmed in the search. NATO withdrawal requires a notice and 1 year delay. The U.S. can legally withdraw by invoking Article 13. The Constitution questions this. This is where things get complicated. The U.S. Constitution does not clearly say whether a president can unilaterally withdraw from a treaty without Congress. There is a long-standing constitutional debate over whether the treaty termination requires the Senate or Congress approval. The U.S. withdrawal would trigger a major domestic legal conflict between the executive and legislative branches. Congress has previously attempted legislation to block unilateral withdrawal, but the issue has never fully resolved by the Supreme Court.
So the national security, right? So here we'll go up here, we'll play the clip. Trump's never been told no. Have y'all noticed that?
Yep.
He's never been told no.
Put a 25% tariff, which is, by the way, about 7 times more than they would have to pay by raising their drug, like 7 times. This wasn't like a little bit more, 7 times more. And I may do that for Greenland too. I may put a tariff on countries if they don't go along with Greenland, because we need Greenland for national security. So I may do that.
Yeah, national security.
We'll talk about. I'll take you out of that. In fact, that'll end up being the story. But actually, this is a much bigger story because we're reducing healthcare by numbers that you haven't seen.
I don't know
So
what the
I put a
healthcare has to do
25%.
with that, Greenland and all that. I'd really have to get that in full context, right? So Trump's never been told no. This is what we're dealing with. All right, here's the Greenland.
No.
See what happens when you tell them no?
No.
They start getting upset.
No.
No, no. He said America first. Ain't that what he said at all of his rallies? He was going to take care of everything here. Can somebody, will the real Donald Trump please stand up? Because you're MIA right now, dude. Totally missing in action. All right. And then you get these AI videos like this. Up to y'all. Cash rules everything around me. Cash rules everything around Trump. Get that money. All right, so we go right here, then we come down. Let's go look at the comments right here. National security, more like national real estate. Trump's Greenland obsession resurfaces, threatening tariffs on allies for territory they are rejected since 2019. That's absurdity dressed as policy. So tariffs are taxes that we pay. Americans pay that. So U.S. ITC data proves that U.S. importers absorb 92 to 100% of costs. Yet Trump threatens Denmark, a NATO ally, hosting Thule Air Base while granting China tariff relief. Ford lost $800 million last quarter.
China tariff relief?
Yeah. He was, granting China tariff relief. Remember he said he's removing the tariffs so he can make that deal? He's trying to get cheaper drugs from China. He's trying to make drug deals and shit. Right? So he removed some of that from China. Absurdity dressed as policy, tariffs or taxes, Americans pay it. They said that. So while granting China tariff relief, Ford lost $800 million last quarter from this malpractice. Consumers face 2,400 annual hikes a month. Strategic inversion, punishing friends, and coddling competitors. This isn't statecraft. It's a protection racket, masquerading as governance, eroding alliances to chase 6-year-old fantasies, according to that guy. So this is from Danny. He's saying this is authoritarian playbook 101. You do economic threats to force political submission. That's what Trump's doing. He's been threatening everyone. You don't do what I tell you to do. I'll tariff your rice. Unless we make a deal on the drugs. Give me cheaper drugs and then I'll remove the tariff on the rice. Oh, and also in that deal, we'll take 400,000 of those Chinese students over here in America as well while you're at it, which is what he said he wasn't going to do.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes, sir. Who is this from?
Who is this man?
Right. Mm.
All right, so there's that. People say that 70 to 80-year-olds are unemployable, right? Because mental decline, yet somehow they're all running the country. Can someone explain that? Aren't they supposed to be retired at 60? What, 60? They should have retired 20, 30 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't even supposed to make it a career. They made
But
it
they
a.
say
This isn't.
Chuck Grassley's like 90-something years old.
He made it a
Oh my
lifetime
God.
service.
I think they said 93, something like that. My gosh.
I think it comes with too many perks and too many benefits that makes it like
Too much power.
too much power, perks, benefits. They get wealthy, and then while they're, if you go to their districts, they're all diminishing. Look at the infrastructure and the bridges and the buildings and the, because all the money's going in their pockets. These they've been sucking us dry for decades, right? So people say 70 to 80-year-olds are unemployable because of mental decline, but yet somehow they're running this freaking country. And it's really up to 90. Grassley's 90. All right. All right. So these people have different things. All right. Finland, you know, the propaganda pieces they have on there. Pelosi says we have to definitely, even if the Capitol collapses, we have to send our money to another country.
I have said to people when they ask me, if this Capitol crumbled to the ground, the one thing that would remain is our commitment to our aid. I don't even call it aid, our cooperation with Israel. That's fundamental to who we, fundamental.
So if everything collapses, it does not matter as long as they get it on their aid to foreign nation. And they don't even have to tell us that publicly. We've kind of figured that out on our own, right? All right. So did we share this out?
No, but I will.
All right. So here is Freedom by Paper. Here's another TikTok. Go give him a follow. They're not really paying that much for the views, so he's not doing it for the pay, anything like that.
He wants to get the message.
He's just trying to get the message out at this point. So anybody still holding it down on these platforms, even though they're not, they're there for the right reasons. Everyone else that was on TikTok for like a paycheck, and not really to wake anybody up, but to keep people distracted and entertained and just stupid shit. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe that's what it is.
This is a spiritual collapse.
So regardless of what your belief is, the message still rings true. Here we go.
People are broke. There's no work. Prices are up. Families are drowning in debt, and men are losing their minds trying to hold it together. You think this is just a recession? This is judgment. This is a reset by force. Because the system we trusted was never built to bless you. It was built to use you. And now, it's breaking. Just like God said it would. Haggai 1:6. You have sown much, but bring in little. You eat, but are not satisfied. You drink, but are still thirsty. You earn wages, only to put them in a bag with holes. You're not crazy, and you're not lazy. You're watching a Babylonian structure collapse under its own weight, and the remnant is feeling the pressure first. But here's the truth. Psalms 37:25. I have been young and now am old, yet I've never seen the righteous forsaken or their seed begging for bread. The world may be starving, but if you belong to the kingdom, provision doesn't come from paychecks. It comes from promise. Jesus didn't say, pray for money. He said, give us this day our daily bread. Provision is a promise to the obedient. So yeah, it's hard. Harder than the Great Depression? Maybe. But this time, the remnant ain't just farming for food. We're farming for fire. We're learning to walk by faith. We're learning to see supernaturally. And we're learning to trust God when the paycheck stops showing up and the bills keep stacking. And that right there, that's the training ground of the last day army. So don't break. Break through.
Break
It
on
ain't just
through.
hard times.
Break on through to the other side. Break on through to the other side. Right? This is built. This is forging. We're getting forged in the fire.
Also, if you haven't watched the series, The Man in the High Castle, it's on Prime. Go watch that.
Have y'all seen that? Y'all want to share a trailer?
Let me see.
So the man here. Let me find it right. The man and the. Y'all ain't in a hurry. Go nowhere, are you? I got a second. But,
But like, yeah, it's like they remember, like they get flashbacks because that's kind of like they remember
they've done this before.
they've done this before, and that's why you see the patterns because you remember, right? You remember something from before,
From another timeline, another lifetime.
during the Hitler reign, right? That's what it was about.
That's what tonight's title is. Have we done this
And then
before?
they had the ones that all went for the regime, and then there was the resistance, right? It's really good. It's really good.
So there's different episodes, different seasons.
We watched all of them.
We watched all of them. Was it last Christmas time?
Yeah.
We watched all of them because when the sheepdog watches one, it's like a marathon. Because it's so it opens your mind so much, and it explains what we're going through right now, right? And all the different lives that we've led in the past, and how what we did in the past, and then what we're doing now, and what if history would have been different? What if the Nazis would have won? Let's pretend that they did, because they did. And then what was it, the Japanese?
Yeah, the Japanese.
What if the Japanese would have took over the West Coast and the Nazis took over the East Coast? This is kind of what the man in the high castle is talking about.
The guy in the high castle has all the tapes, like, so he knows who's who.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
and what they're gonna do.
Right. So just that takes us to not this NAS. They have everything.
Exactly.
So do these guys. They have all the back. So in this time, what is this?
And
in
the 40s? Tapes kind of represent also the Akasha records.
The Akasha records.
They know who.
They have files.
And who was
even from other timelines. Yes. What if that was possible, right? So what that is they had the reels, like the film back in that time. They just had the reels. So they had a whole room full of reels.
Yes.
On each person. So this is kind of what we're at now. So what if they would have won? So when we look at Operation Paperclip, we brought over thousands or hundreds of thousands of POWs, they say. So they say. Why would we capture POWs from another country and then bring them here? Does anybody know that? Why would you do that?
Right. And
why wouldn't you keep them there?
Camp, it was in Louisiana, but they were like
they
were
Camp
playing baseball and golf and eating really good food. Like what was
They
that?
took the POWs and mated them with other women. That's was part of the baby boom issue, right? You had a bunch more extra births, like a flood, just abnormal spike in births around a certain period. between
Yeah,
a certain time.
there was a guy that went out there. It still shows the they still have the, what are they called? The camps there. Yeah.
So this is for entertainment purposes only. We do not own the copyrights to this material.
Educational purposes only and entertainment.
But here's the setting.
If you could do anything with your life, what would you like to do?
Well, my father told me what it was like before the war. He said every man was free. I want my country back.
Think about that. Before the wars, everyone was free. It wasn't until after these World War I, World War II that we have gotten enslaved. And that's when, from 1913 forward. But he said he's remembering he said his dad talked to him about how they were free before the wars. We haven't gotten back to that yet. Look at that, 1933, May 1st, they took the gold. Well,
Do anything with your life. What would you like to do?
Well, my father told me what it was like before the war. He said every man was free. I want my country back.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the Axis powers of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under rule, divided, with liberty and justice for none.
Evil triumphs only when good men do nothing.
he said evil triumphs
When good men do nothing.
when good men do nothing. Right? You hear that message? Message.
Triumphs only when good men do nothing. I'm here because I want to do the right thing.
Take this. What is this? A way out.
Wonder who that man is in that high castle.
Hey, so The Man in the High Castle, it says it was a book by Philip E. Dick.
Yes.
And I have the audiobook. It's on YouTube, so I'll put that in the chat.
Yeah,
It's 8 hours.
Yeah, the movie's, the series is really, really good. Go watch it, check it out. But, yeah, I was like, wow. But you'll see a lot of similarities, right? And we went over this morning, if you weren't in the morning chat, we went over how Hitler got his people to be on his sides and the propaganda used. And it's the exact same thing. Exact. Just little words mixed up a little, but
So it's kind of like, what if Hitler won World War II, which he did, and ruled U.S. and the rest of the world? Man in the High Castle season 2. It's different reviews. I liked it because I had an open mind, so I was able to see it. And then I looked at everything that's going on. And I'm like, holy shit. Yeah.
kind of like George Orwell's 1984, right? He predicted the Big Brother, which has been happening, right? The Five Eyes and NSA and being spied on, and now Palantir. Well, actually, Palantir's been in place since 9/11, right? We didn't know we've been watched this whole time.
Elect Franklin D. was assassinated
Remember you were talking
amidst
about
the
Roosevelt?
war and the bombing of her.
That's when it, right here.
Yes.
They're doing it. That's what right.
The show is set in the year 1962 in a parallel universe. The Axis
Think about
power
that.
Parallel
A parallel universe, another timeline. Right. So look at how the West Coast is Japanese since they bombed Pearl Harbor and all that. They took over the West Coast, and then you had the Nazis come in on the East Coast. That's what literally took place.
Yeah.
Comprising Nazi Germans and the Imperial Japanese won World War II and are now the rulers of the entire world.
You notice what they didn't have though? The Grand Canyon area.
Right.
See that?
It's off limits per the Hopi prophecy.
Yeah, all this Mexico, everything. It goes all the way down, all the way up. There's a
Not all of it though.
So I'm pretty sure that's where the resistance was.
Yeah.
The rulers of the entire world. In this universe, the US President-elect Franklin D. was assassinated amidst the war, and the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki never happened. Instead, the Germans dropped an atomic bomb on Washington, D.C., and weakened the Allied countries. In the current world, the Germans rule over all of Europe and Africa, and the Empire of Japan controls all of Asia. However, the point of power is set in the former US, which has since been divided into two parts: Western North America, ruled by the Japanese, and Eastern and Midwestern North America.
So this is like the same as the divide with North versus South. Remember that in the Civil War? They did the binary thinking, right? The binary, we covered that earlier with the Greg Reese report.
America is controlled by the Greater Nazi Reich, also called the GNR. The American flag has a swastika instead of
the
star.
neutral zone. Just like I said, I just noticed that the map.
So what if that did happen in an alternate universe, right?
And
they're saying who we are now.
Well, they said
where were you at that time?
They said the 4 timelines are merging into one, infinite.
Yes.
So we're really
That's why you're
witnessing
supposed to
all,
recognize it
because you're
better.
waking up and going, wait, they've been doing this for 70, 80 years? Yes.
Remember when they said they already know who every one of us are?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
They have the tape, the Akashic records. They can read it.
they threw every hurdle they could at you to keep you from getting to this point in history, right? This is what the Looking Glass, I believe, seen.
Yes.
Right? Was what happens when all 4 different, like we're talking about right here, what if this is what happened and this timeline's merging with this one, and what we're really waking up to is that this is possibly what took place, because they could control the history. Look at how they put Joe Biden as president for 4 years. That wasn't even Joe Biden. So think about that.
And basically everybody knows it and nobody says anything about it.
Exactly.
It's like that movie Dave, where the president's gone and they replace him with a double, and they just keep moving, keep on with the show.
Right. I mean, okay. Like, remember Dolores Cannon was talking about how it split the 2 timelines, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you would see one timeline going on in your world, but it'd be actually splitting off to another one. So some people will go with that timeline, and some people won't, depending on what your decision is. But they already know what decision you'll make because you've been here before.
Because we've done this before. They know which one of you some fuckers are the rebellious ones. They ain't want to go along with the bullshit. Especially if you're Irish or a redhead, right?
Oh, shit. I'm on a list.
Oh, you're definitely on the list. You've been on the list for shit. So here is the neutral zone, right? Look at this.
And yeah,
New Mexico area.
Arizona.
All the 4 corners is right here.
Yes, that's our formats.
See that?
Because it's sacred
Hopi.
land.
Hey, no wonder they sent me this Toto dog.
Right? There you go.
Yeah.
So look at that. Remember Newsom? He cleared the streets for the other, who was that? China or Japan or whatever. Every time a foreign country.
Pelosi did that too.
And if you go down to San Francisco, it's a lot of Japanese architecture.
When Xi Jinping came, they cleared the whole streets and got all the homeless off, right? Because he.
Yeah.
Yep.
Happened like overnight, like not even
like
overnight.
he was the president, like he owned that motherfucker.
Yes,
Excuse my language.
Yeah, exactly.
Like shit, he had more pull than Trump. He wouldn't even clean the streets for Trump showed up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So they're trying to clean up LA right now for this FIFA and all that other shit. World Cup. All right, globalist shit. Keep everybody entertained with entertainment, football, people kicking a soccer ball around on the field.
Just read that again so they get an idea of how it lines up.
To the Nazis. Although the two empires won the war hand in hand, there has been a Cold War type relationship between them ever since. It is said that after the death of the current Führer, Hitler, his next in command will take over all the Japanese states and declare themselves the rulers of the world. In both empires, Americans are subjected to racism and have fewer rights than Germans and Japanese in their respective states. The police are allowed to kill any American if they find them suspicious without having to answer to anyone. There is a neutral zone between two former American states that encompasses the Rocky Mountains. It serves as a neutral zone where no rules of either empire work. It is also a hiding zone for the resistance group that is constantly protesting for their rights and freedom. Then, we are introduced to Joe Blake, who lives in Nazi-occupied New York. Tired of being a slave to the Nazis, he is looking to become a part of a resistance group. From various sources, he has finally discovered the address of the New York leader of the group. As he travels to the said place, we see Times Square billboards filled with Nazi propaganda and advertisements about the Führer. The headquarters turns out to be a shipping company, and the leader is a manager named Don. Joe tells him that he is a rebel, but
Hey,
Don
Don.
laughs in his face. Joe is
Y'all like the fact that his name's Don?
Oh my
gotten
God.
their address, which means he is already
What's up,
qualified to be
Don?
their ally.
They like to use the Don is like that is
The
what
mafia.
the mafia name as well.
Don.
Yeah, there's the Don or whatever. So
has gotten their address, which means he has already. Headquarters turns out to be a shipping company, and the leader is a manager named Don.
Shipping.
Joe tells him that he is a rebel, but Don laughs in his face. Joe has gotten their address, which means he is already qualified to be their ally. But according to Don, someone like him will blurt out all their secrets to the police if caught. Joe tells the manager that his will to fight is not that weak, and Don ultimately gives him a chance. As his first task, he is asked to drive a truck filled with coffee machines to Cannon City, Colorado, which is a neutral zone. Joe inquires what else the truck contains, but he is asked to do as told without asking any questions. Right before he leaves, the place is raided by the Nazis. Joe manages to drive away while Don is caught and arrested. It turns out that the third highest Nazi rank officer, Obergruppenführer Smith, initiated the raid. He used to be a U.S. Army captain before he joined hands with the Nazis and is now loyal to them. When told about Joe and the truck, the Obergruppenführer orders his people to catch the truck at any cost. Then, we are taken to San Francisco, a Japan-ruled city in the West. Juliana is an Aikido expert and a happy American living under Japanese control. One day, after practice, she is approached by her friend named Doni, who has a crush on her.
Donnie
He
with
asks her out on a coffee date.
Doni instead of
But Juliana reveals that she already has a boyfriend named Frank. Later that day, she meets her sister Trudy, who has been MIA for the past week. Trudy is happy about something and claims that her life is about to change for the better. Then, we see Juliana meet Frank, who is great at art. However, since the Japanese are not a big fan of modern art, he has taken a job as a mechanic in a factory. As they chat, we find out that Frank is Jewish and is always living in fear of the Nazis. This is why Juliana doesn't want to have his children, because they will also be subjected to fear every day of their lives. After the date, Juliana is returning home when suddenly Trudy stops her. She frantically hands her a film and claims that it is the only way to freedom. With that being said, she runs away and is killed by the police a few minutes later. Juliana witnesses this and runs into her apartment before playing the content of the film, which is named The Grasshopper Lies Heavy. It shows a world where the Nazis were defeated and how world politics played out after that.
That's what they showed
Juliana
us.
is
Yeah, exactly.
That's what they're telling us.
Exactly.
This is what they showed us. They showed us a world where the Nazis lost on TV, but behind the scenes, that's not what took place. Think about that. See, she played the film. She was trying to show her, look. See the look. It's in the
heavy.
same
It
footage.
shows a world where the
Yeah. Remember
Nazis were defeated and how world politics played out after that.
They showed us all this on our TVs.
Juliana is in shock as the video gives
It's
her a
like, what?
taste.
That's just like us waking up and going, what? The Nazis won? Oh, Operation Paperclip? The Offspring are in the Capitol right now?
Maybe there was two timelines then also.
Yeah, there is. There's two timelines right now. Like we're watching other people in another timeline going through some shit that we already went through, and we have to watch them from our timeline because there's stages to it. Like Nadine said, there's levels to this shit.
Yes.
Right? We were there. You have to cross
all
over.
of us.
You have to wake up to the truth so that you could
Correct.
correct it, and then
And go
everything.
on the right timeline.
So right. But you have the resistance and you have the left, which is Japan, and the right is Nazis, right? So there's like the left versus right, and then we're stuck.
Correct it.
The resistance. There you go.
Wake up and correct it all.
So this is
Heavy. It shows a world where the Nazis were defeated and how world politics played out after that. Juliana is in shock as the video gives her a taste of freedom and makes her want to fight. Had she been shown an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians instead, she may have opted to leave things the way they are. After that, we find out that the film is a product distributed by someone named the Man in the High Castle. Not even the high-ranking officials know who he is or what he wants.
just like on the Truman Show. It's the guy up in the moon or whatever that controls everything that we see and hear on TV and yells cut and is able to basically control everything, this whole reality that we're in. Somebody in the high castle. Right.
But he's a real nice guy.
Yeah,
If she
yeah.
meets him.
He likes the 66 Explorer.
But he knew who she was the whole time. She just didn't know who she was.
Yeah,
But at the end, he's like, "You did it.
you
knew
did it.
Yeah, he knew
She
who
woke.
she
You
was.
got to remember. So it's all about. That's what this is about. It's waking up and remembering
Who you are.
who we are. Right. So what they do throughout this is they keep these reels, like she said, hidden from the public. But if they knew the truth, then they could fix the world they're in.
Exactly.
That's what this is all about, right? So here we go.
But he seems to be an ally to the resistance group who has access to the things that normal people don't. The government has put a ban on these films, but they continue being distributed secretly. Frank arrives home and freaks out upon finding out that Juliana has a film. He wants to hand it over to the police first thing in the morning, so they won't be in trouble. The next morning,
Look,
Juliana
you know that?
finds a ticket to Cannon.
So they won't be in trouble.
Right. That's the kind of society that they have created.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got to turn her in for having that propaganda film in his own home and the privacy of her own home or whoever's.
City with an address and a time. It is clear that her sister had to bring the film to that place, but now it is her responsibility. When Frank isn't around, she runs away with the film to the bus station. She also hides the film under another one to cover up the story, even if she is caught. In the following scene, we are taken to the German embassy in the Japan-ruled empire. A high-ranking Nazi commander, Hugo, meets the Japanese trade minister, Tagomi, who has come to inform them about the arrival of
Hugo is the designer of the Nazi uniforms.
Yes.
That's our,
Hugo
you know,
Boss.
like
Hugo Boss.
Hugo Boss.
It was German. They designed all the uniforms.
You know those people that
And
wear
we have it here.
people wear the cologne.
Yeah.
People walk around wearing Hugo Boss
Yeah.
cologne, not realizing that.
It's all in our face.
Oh yeah,
every day.
they're showing you the branding. They should
Ford-
look at the
Ford made
Volkswagen.
The tanks and the cars over there.
All the German cars, the Volkswagen, BMW.
Coca-Cola sponsored, right?
Look at Bayer,
Bear, yeah.
Bayer aspirin, Bayer.
Still in our face today.
Yeah, everywhere. That's the whole. That's what her look when she was looking at that screen and going. Her eyes look like that. That's what it's like going through this process of seeing the world that you didn't realize you were in, based on a false history. You're not realizing the real history
Exactly.
of what took place and why.
And like we're all seeing now, right? We're seeing stuff that we haven't seen, didn't know.
And why are the police always killing people in movies?
Ugh.
How come they got to hide from the police
Tell you something.
and they get killed for having a passing off a film or maybe what scan disc? Like what is that? So there's something else there, right? So the police with the brown shirts.
Japanese prince and princess. Even the German embassy must be decorated according to their taste, which doesn't satisfy the Germans. Still, they agree to do it to avoid unwanted
Who's always wanting to build towers like that?
tension. Somewhere
Where
else.
do I get towers? Tower.
Dawn has been
Don in the tower, the man in the high castle, the king.
Tied to the ceiling and tortured, the Obergruppenführer and his right-hand man Eric, whose name is significantly easier to pronounce, come to meet him, but Don remains
Looks like Pee Wee
unbothered
German.
by their presence and continues his silence. Meanwhile, Joe's truck stops on the way because of a flat tire. As a kind man helps him replace it, Joe notices ashes in the air. It turns out that somewhere nearby, the Germans are burning mentally and physically disabled people because they don't want to waste their resources on them. Guess you can't teach an old genocidal psychotic cult new tricks. After that, Joe continues the journey until he reaches a police check post. In a moment of heat, he brings out a film from under the truck and hides it somewhere else. The police do not find it and set him free. Like Juliana, Joe's job is also to supply the film to someone in Cannon City. Juliana meets a man named Randall, who is supposed to meet her sister. He is also a resistance member and thinks that Juliana is not suitable for the job. They get into an argument about who gets to take the film to Cannon City and decide that Juliana should do it because the person receiving the film thinks he is meeting a woman. On her way to the city, Juliana's bag is stolen by another woman who runs away with all her money and the fake film. Juliana continues the journey without money, adamant about doing her sister's job first. At Frank's work, he and a coworker named Ed are talking about politics. Soon, he and Randall, who Juliana was talking to earlier, are arrested for hiding the film from the police. Juliana reaches the hotel in Cannon City and waits for the person she is supposed to meet. While she is at it, she meets Joe, who pays for her meal because her wallet was stolen. They chat for a while and make friends with each other. Then, we see Joe making a call to the Obergruppenführer, revealing that he is a spy working for the Nazis and the one responsible for Don's arrest. Back in San Francisco, Frank and Randall are imprisoned and tortured. Officer Keto threatens to kill Frank's entire family if he doesn't reveal Juliana's location by tomorrow. Later, Frank and Randall are left alone, and the latter asks Frank not to tell anyone about Juliana because what she is doing is greater than Frank's family. Ultimately, Frank's sister Laura and her 2 children are brought to the police station and asked to wait in a room. Keto tells Frank that they are about to poison all 3 of them in half an hour and gives him time to think it over. Then, in Cannon, Juliana and Joe's friendship deepens, but Joe has started to suspect that she is a rebel. Juliana then starts working as a waitress in the diner. She meets a customer named Alan, who is reading a Bible. When Juliana shows interest in it, he gives her the name of a store where she can get the book. She goes to the store while being watched by Joe. At the same time, in New York, the Obergruppenführer and his assistant Eric.
This is just one episode.
Yeah, we'll share this out. You can just go over there, or you can go watch the series. It's really good. I enjoyed it.
Yep, watch it play out. It really opens your mind to a lot of things, and then you look at things a little differently. Just being able to open your mind to consider what if that didn't happen and it happened another way.
Or maybe running parallel right now.
Right. Right, so freedom by paper. We shared that video earlier. I wanted to share the channel Freedom by Paper. We'll give them a follow. TikTok. This one was Bruno Blockchain. We shared that one. Can we share this one right here?
By now, y'all know that we are being monitored around the clock. We are being so monitored that we voluntarily do it now. Everybody going to get a camera and putting it on your house. So now there's a camera every fucking where. Everywhere. And then we already talked about how these cameras ain't catching motherfuckers who walking around here kidnapping people coming up missing, but we can't find people. But when a motherfucker do a terrorist, they looking up every fucking camera to be like, where is this motherfucking face? So how can't they find the faces of the motherfuckers who kidnapping people? Or the people who doing wrong? Why can't they find the faces? Why can't they pinpoint the position?
Because it's their faces.
Because they are part of it. And we all know that. And we keep giving these motherfuckers power and acting like they ain't the source behind the motherfucking crime.
Oh,
The government, the police department, all of these motherfuckers got crooked people working on the inside. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. Y'all know the shit is the truth. So why the fuck do we keep listening to motherfuckers who trying to rule over us any type of way? We don't know the difference between the good and the bad ones. How can we when the good ones and the bad ones putting on the same fucking uniform? Shalom. Hey y'all. By now y'all know that
right.
we are being
Right. Just so, like we just said, though, what if there's an alternate history that happened and we're seeing it firsthand coming to
Right.
fruition?
So when you see it, that's when you're supposed to say, "Hey, wait,"
Way.
because you remember.
You remember. That's what everybody's supposed to do. Remember.
Yes, and don't go down that timeline.
Quit falling for the banana and tailpipe, dude. I mean, it's like on a loop. Right.
Yeah, don't go down that timeline.
So there's the channel. The video I just played. This one's the first one right here on the left. That's pretty deep.
Hey y'all. By now y'all.
Yeah, he's really good. I like him.
Yeah, he is.
So just like taxes, we voluntarily pay taxes when we shouldn't. There's no law. Like everything's, you notice everything's voluntarily. That's why they just propagandize you via the media to just make it normal. Like the real ID, nobody even realized they even had it. A lot of people. They're like, holy shit.
It's a star. What does that remind you
The
of?
star that they had on the uniforms of at the FEMA camps.
Exactly.
They put stars on the Jude stars.
You're supposed to notice that when you saw that, but
You're supposed to
most
remember,
people
like,
didn't even notice.
especially if you were in the past, maybe you had been slaughtered, your family had been slaughtered, or your land taken, or something. You're supposed to recall, right? You're supposed to be recollecting or remembering, having an epiphany, great awakening, and solar flash.
That's it. The solar flash, exactly.
You know what? I think that a lot of us were like, you know how they always have the crazy, well, they say they're crazy cousin or whatever in the families, that they're always like the artists or whatever. They're never around like the main people. They always go off.
Yep.
Yeah, so a lot of us were probably those people that were like, you know what, you're a bunch of crazy pricks, evil, and we were like, no, I'm not doing what you're doing, you idiot.
Exactly.
Did you share that out? This video was the one we just shared. Yeah, but yeah. I'll share this out. This is from Flat Earth Library. We'll share the link if you want to watch that. Talking about the Earth being in.
He walked us around the Mayans, the ruins, and he explained to us how the sun moves in a figure 8. So you would say that the Earth does not move, and the sun and the moon.
Remember I told you I showed you the anemone? You can go look at this on YouTube, but once it does a full solar return, it looks like a fish in the sky, the path of the sun. Think about that. Remember the fish scriptures? All right.
That's the Jesus fish, right?
Yes.
So the sun does an 8 and the moon does an 8. That's the 88.
Yes.
And it just does that loop. So right here in the middle is X marks the spot. It also looks like a bowling pin if you look at it. This is kind of a small screen here. But let me continue. But
The people that still eat meat probably think it's a chicken or a turkey leg.
so this is summer solstice right here at the end, and winter solstice at the very top, and in the middle is the spring equinox and fall equinox, right here. So we're coming up right now. We are coming up on a couple more months around March 21st, April. We'll be right back at the center, returning back to the. So every time the sun goes back to the equator is right here in the center. And on each end, it's the summer solstice at the bottom, winter still 1221, 621.
Yes, yes. The sun is one move. And the earth. So you say the earth does not move? No move. So would you consider the earth being flat? Yeah, flat. That's why they're using the shell, of the total. The chest represents the earth, and the shell, the domes. The dome. Yeah. The firmament. Yeah. That is awesome.
You know, the Mayans were some of our wisest ancestors, and these people vanished without a trace. And there is a theory that they ascended their vibration and consciousness to a level of becoming a light being. Low vibration is matter. High vibration becomes light. That's how you ascend and leave. They knew that the earth was flat and stationary. They depicted the sun and the moon within the firmament, the stars that move around us, and the pyramid in the middle, which represents our magnetic North Pole. And literally all of our ancestors depicted the exact same thing. When I say all of our ancestors, I mean all of our ancestors. Every single one depicted the same thing: the flat stationary earth, the firmament above us, as mentioned in the Bible, in the Quran, all religious texts. All of them knew it.
All right, now look, Nazi, NASA. This is the timeline they want you to live on. The globe Earth, NASA, pigments.
Z to an S.
That's not it. It's wrong. It's been what? NASA's been around since the 60s. JFK. Never a straight answer. Our ancestors all modeling this. Right? Like he said. Think about that.
We have NASA, which
we created a whole other reality with this lie.
Yes.
People think that we landed on the moon. Like people think that we shot a dart at an asteroid like a couple years back. Remember the dart that they flew to blow the asteroid up? Like freaking like that video game Asteroid. They shot a dart.
Just paints these little pictures in CGI and gives them to you, and you eat it up like a good little sheep. Like, have a look at this. This is the moon from the earth. This is the earth from the moon. And this is the apparent size of both of these objects, apparently, from NASA. It like 3 or 4 times bigger at least. What is that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 4 times bigger. How does that make any sense? How does it make any sense to you? How does it make any sense? It's all CGI, Photoshop. It's all a lie. They've been deceiving you since birth. You need to wake up. It's right in front of your face. All of our ancestors knew it. Listen to them. Don't listen to the government. Don't listen to the shadow government. You're being deceived. They're hiding God's true creation. Gravity is not real. It is density. It is buoyancy. And that is it. We are more dense than the air. Therefore, we stick to the ground.
So these are the different, as you rise in consciousness, these are the different levels. Look at it that way. Yes. Right? The lower the vibration, down here you sink. The more dense, the rise. Right? Like even in the ocean, there's this, if you go, there's an ocean at the bottom of the ocean because of the separation. There's another separation. So they go, here's our ocean, and then there's whole nother thing that you just bounce off of this one because it's so saline. Right? But you even within, right, just like they said, the Mayans turned into light. Like even the stories where the children would go out when they were playing by the ocean and something happened to them, and the natives said that they went up to the light. They pointed up into the sky and they formed a constellation. The children, what was it like? I forget which one it was.
The native stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did a ceremony and then they disappeared. The children disappeared. They went into another reality, I guess.
So gravity has nothing to do with its density. Look at the birds. If gravity was the law, then how can birds fly? They would be stuck to, everyone would be walking the ground, right? So density, that's why the birds' bones are so dense. Like real light. And that's why the planes, their airframes are built on that same thing, right? They mimicked nature and made their weapons of war and or travel.
Helium balloon is less dense than the air, therefore it flies in the air. Think about this. Every single body of water that has ever been observed in scientific history that is larger than its surface area always needs to be level and contained. That is how the physics of water works. Always level. This is an example of a piece of water that is not larger than its surface area. Therefore, it can stay in this little tiny bubble. This is the only example of this ever in the world because it's smaller than its surface area. This is why it's called sea level and not sea curve, because the oceans are level and contained by the Antarctic wall. Peace and love.
Who is this?
Say again. This is, you can go check it out on, I'll share the link. Flat Earth Library, they have a lot of these different clips on X. I'll share the link right here.
I'm Roberto. He walked us around the mine.
Right.
Like,
So now, yeah, go ahead.
like Cheatham said, if there was gravity, then the fish would be stuck to the bottom of the ocean.
Right.
That's
Depending
true.
on their density or how they can go up or down in the water. That's just like when you get in the water, you exhale the air out of your lungs or inhale.
And you can float, right?
Right. The lighter something. Let me think about it. How do you think these dandelion seeds fly through the sky and then go to another property and fall down and regrow? Like, isn't they're really light? The wind carries it perfectly. If gravity was the law, how the hell is that possible?
Did you share that? Then we should post that.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
There you go, right here. Paste. Share. I'll do it again 2 times. There we go, right there. And can you put it on Rumble? Here, let me put it on Rumble. Y'all got it? Yeah.
Tyler, you are in timeout. Why is the dog standing there?
He's in trouble too.
What did he do?
He helped me draw on the wall. He picked the colors.
Oh my gosh.
I love that.
Colors.
He picked the colors. The snitching. You ain't supposed to snitch on me, man. Come on, bro.
Oh.
Shit,
Made the dog.
you got caught. I didn't.
Like
It's a red-headed dog too. Red-headed dog.
That's so cute.
Yep. And what is it for tomorrow?
Yeah, if you want to know
Dance moves.
the
Lady out here showing some moves.
the comparison of what we went over this morning, watch the live chat this morning. It will be uploaded here shortly, and we go over what Hitler, how he used the Christians, right, and the similarities of some of the stuff going on now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lara Trump's the man.
Say that again.
Trump's the man, she said.
Lara Trump's the man.
Oh,
I just call him LT.
okay, and then just don't forget we have the Afghan raffle, which is $10 each. Want a ticket? Post is in the chat. You can contact Boots on the Ground.
Yeah.
And we have.
That's cheating right there. I'm going, what the? After
And
the show.
Mickey's going home to Louisiana. I'm going to contribute to that. That post is also, and in the links also, right? The links in there. Okay.
Gratitude and love, Miss Sheepdog and Sheepdog. I have a new booklet. I Am Love, the Little Sprinkle Chakra booklet, and a messaging on the different crystals that represent our chakras and that I use did many years of doing meditation and sharing my knowledge. Breath, stretch, rest. Honor your temple body. Honor your body temple. Natural breath and conscious movement, healing, rest, and a little card if you'd like to take notes on anything, share. And we will be going over some treatments, some remedies that you can do for some of the chakras or all of the chakras if you choose. They're from my 30 years of doing body work, the honor of honoring others. And then here are some of the treatments. And there will be a list of all of the things needed and a little card if you'd like to take notes. And then we will end it with this wonderful full body temple wrap with eucalyptus, citrus, and aloe. And you will be receiving this, and I will guide you through it. And then we will end it with gratitude and thank you. As above, so below, if you'd like to take a note. And of course, we need to have a little sprinkle bell. So I hope that the tribe, the Red Cardinal tribe from Roar Room, will love this new little sprinkle donation. Thank you so much. Have an amazing day, all.
Am I muted? Yeah, okay.
So that's another little sprinkles gift. So not y'all that have done that before, but if you donate $25 or more, you get that, and you just donate and let us know, me or Dawn, and so we can get the address to where we can send it to. So we got lots going on. We're going to try to help Mickey get home with all of this as well. So every percentage of any proceeds of ordering anything or donating anything will go to Mickey also to help her get home.
Happy born day, Kelly. Solar return.
Born day.
This is cheating, like I said. That's cheating at the end of the fishing trip when he didn't catch shit. What the is going on? Thank you, cheating. Kind of like this is like everybody's doing this quite often here. What the hell is this?
Everything.
I watch other people and they're like, "What are we doing here? I don't get it. Like, where's all this coming from?" They're like, "What the is going on?" Like it's crazy. But what a great time to be alive, right?
Yeah, it's definitely exciting for sure.
He said that he's lip reading it. It says what the flock.
What the flock? The flock cameras?
Are you flocking kidding me? We're flocking out of here. How about that? We were doing the flocks. Hey, what cheating say? Don't flock around with me. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us tonight. We'll see y'all first thing tomorrow morning in the chat. Please join us on Telegram and or go watch the you can watch the recordings. I'll upload them on Rumble every day as well. So there's more stuff that we talked about today that you might want to go check out. We got about 4 hours this morning we put in. So we're gonna do that again tomorrow, January 20th, 2026.
Yeah, have a fun night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Good night, Hunter. And thank you, everyone, for helping me go home.
Thank you, Mickey.
Thank you all. Thank you for joining us. We love you.
We got the people's wisdom. Yeah, we carry that flame. Truth in the streets, not the soothing line.
And this just don't live in a tower of stone. It lives in the hearts of the folks back home. Hey, we got the people's wisdom, people's rhythm, people's system. Yeah, the truth hits hard when the whole crowd listens.
Granddad taught me on the porch, swing slow. done. Real justice is the things you know. A handshake deal, a promise kept tight. Wrong feels wrong and right feels right. Ain't no statute gonna tell me what's fair. I see the truth standing right over there. Common law roots like the oak tree strong. Been holding up folks for 100 years long.
Ooh, we don't need a crown or a robe or a throne. We judge by the heart, not the words carved in stone.
We got the people's wisdom. Yeah, we carry that flame. Truth in the streets, not the suits with a name. Justice don't live in a tower of stone. It lies in the hearts of the folks back home. Hey, we got the people's wisdom, people's rhythm, people's system. Yeah, the truth hits hard when the whole crowd listens.
Mama said, girl, let your voice ring clear. Truth don't whisper when the people draw near. We settle things fair with the look in the eye, not a stack of laws stacked up to the sky.
Got that hip-hop snap with a country town sway. Baseline jumping like a horse in the hay. Common sense, justice in the way that we play. If it harms somebody, then it ain't our way. We don't need roads to know what's right.
We don't need courts to see the light.
We got the people's wisdom.
We got the people's wisdom. Shining bright. We got the people's wisdom. Yeah, we carry that flame. Truth in the streets, not the suits with a name. Justice don't live in a tower of stone. It lives in the hearts of the folks back home. Hey, we got the people's wisdom, people's rhythm, people's system. Yeah, the truth hits hard when the whole crowd listens.